morning guys, and welcome back to my channel. Good morning guys, and welcome back to my channel. Since fall is my favorite season, you guys already know that I just have to vlog extra and document my whole life during the fall. I woke up extra happy today because the weather's in the 60s, even though it is super cloudy, foggy, and rainy outside. I feel like a lot of people start to get super down as soon as it starts to get even a little bit colder outside. For me, it's a little bit of the opposite. I feel like my mood significantly goes up as soon as it gets like to this like perfect hoodie weather, but it significantly drops as soon as it gets past that. So for me personally, I feel like around this time my energy goes up, my mood goes up, everything just feels like 10 times better. But then as soon as the weather starts getting like colder and it passes Halloween, I feel like I just get super down. I know that that's not uncommon. A lot of people go through seasonal depression. It absolutely sucks. But since it's not that time yet, I'm not gonna think about it and I'm just gonna enjoy my favorite season. I've been kind of eyeballing my whole house this morning and it just looks so messy. And for whatever reason, I feel like the less that I'm home, the messier it gets and the more I have to end up cleaning over the weekend. I guess it's because when I'm home more, I have the ability to kind of just walk around the house and clean up as I go. So like I'll be working on something on my laptop and then I'll walk to the kitchen to get a drink and I'll pick up anything that I see that's lying around that's not supposed to be there. And since I'm home less, the stuff still ends up around, but I'm not around enough to pick it up. This week has been such a roller coaster ride for me because if you guys have watched my previous videos, you know that I mentioned that I graduated this past May with a master's degree in data science. But over the time that I was getting my master's degree, I ended up picking up a huge passion for all things digital media. So a couple of weeks ago, I made the decision that if I was able to get a graduate assistant position in my school, I would get a second master's degree in marketing management. The reason for that is because when you have a GA position in the school, basically your education is completely free. So if I don't have to pay for it, it kind of makes sense that I would do it, especially since I haven't even found a job in data science yet, no matter how hard I've been trying. But school pretty much started last week, and since I applied so late, I was only accepted this week on Monday, and I was only able to enroll in classes on that Monday. And since the office that I was supposed to work at didn't get approved for their GA position till like literally right before school started as well, they haven't decided who they're gonna hire yet out of all the people that they interviewed. So basically I'm kind of enrolled in my classes and I went to my first class on Monday, but I'm still waiting on that decision to decide on whether or not I'm gonna stay. And it's been kind of a little bit of an emotional limbo because I just want to know if I should be grinding catching up in my classes right now or if I'm doing this for no reason. Got up pretty early this morning. Normally I would get up and start getting ready for my tennis lesson, but since it's raining outside and it's supposed to rain for the rest of the day, that's just not going to happen. So I'm just thinking about taking the time to tidy up the house a little bit and clean up all the things that I've been noticing that have been getting messier, and I get to spend a little bit of time with my babies, so that's always a plus. After I clean up a little bit, I'm gonna head to the gym and do some stretches. Since I started tennis back up this week after taking like a week off, I feel like my whole upper body is literally killing me right now, especially my right arm and my shoulder and my elbow and everything. And honestly, I feel like the rain was for the best because now it just gives me a chance to just relax and stretch and let my body get its shit together. If any of you guys play tennis, you know that it takes a huge toll on your body, especially if you're training competitively. So I feel like to get right back into that on Monday after taking a whole week off was just too much for me, but also not too much because I feel like all I really need is just a day. And to be fair, I really didn't have to take the day. I could have played today, and if it wasn't raining, then I would have. But this is definitely better for me. I feel like I would be so sore all week, but now that I get this rest day, I feel like I'm gonna go back into it tomorrow and just have way more energy, way more strength, and just overall do so much better. I'm in my cozy mode right now, but after I clean, I'm gonna change into some gym clothes and go do my stretches. why, I opened my For You page on TikTok and the first thing to pop up is more disease spreading throughout the US. I am so tired of this because I feel like every single year there is something, and now there's something called a kissing bug, which is literally a bug that bites you when you're sleeping and you don't even feel the bite. By the time you get any symptoms at all, you're literally like about to die. And I'm over it. Like, I'm so over it. First of all, I have a fear of bugs. Second of all, I'm like slightly a hypochondriac, so apparently it starts with like swollen eyes, and now I'm gonna panic anytime like my eyes are swollen for any reason. I can't do this anymore. This is my firstborn child. His name is Fluff, and I know it's super unoriginal, but when he was a baby, he was literally like a little poof ball, and so we called him like Floof, and then it turned to Fluff, and then it turned to Mr. Fluff, and now he has like 1,000,001 names. Oh, my baby. And here is Petey, my secondborn. He is very annoying, but he's very cute. He's a little cow. Add crushed tomatoes to your eggs. Trust me, just do it. And if you want to spice things up, add mozzarella. Crushed tomatoes, eggs, mozzarella. I promise you, just try it. Something that I've noticed throughout being in college is, for some reason, the more beginner your classes get, like when they're prerequisites or core courses, the more expensive the textbooks get. So towards the end of my bachelor and towards the end of my master's degree, the professors either sent us free textbook PDFs or gave us a link to a free textbook or didn't require a textbook at all. Meanwhile, if I ever had to take a class that was like something that I didn't take yet, like a prerequisite, or like a core class, the professors would require an insanely expensive textbook with an insanely expensive program. So now that I'm kind of like back to the beginning of a master's degree and I'm taking the core courses for it, the professors require the most expensive textbooks. Like, tell me why a 6-month rental for a textbook is $140. Why would you even do that as a professor, knowing already how expensive college is, how expensive everything else is? These are kids that just got out of high school, and a lot of them are just starting life on their own. So how do you expect them to have that kind of money? There are so many good free books or cheap books that are available, and it just makes no sense at all to charge so much for a book. So now I'm basically on a hunt looking for a financial and managerial accounting textbook, and since I'm not sure if I'm 100% going to be taking classes yet, I don't really want to pay that $140 just yet. So I'm trying to look for a cheaper version of the textbook for now, because I know that we have a quiz tonight and I need to read 2 of the chapters for it. But I am going to have to buy the more expensive version because this specific class requires that we have the program to submit assignments. me changed like a million and one times before I actually decided on what I wanted to wear. We decided to go super basic, and I'm not even sure what shoes I'm gonna wear right now. Tell me why I get to class today, and as you know, I spent the entire day prepping for this freaking quiz on this chapter 2 that my professor had emailed me that we're gonna have a quiz on. He literally said I would focus on studying chapter 2 because we're gonna have a quiz this week, today. It's my only class for this class. Like, it only happens once a week. Tell me why there was no quiz. And then at the end of this class, he goes, there's gonna be a quiz next week on chapter 3. I spent the whole day studying for this. I'm not even joking, like literally grinding it, because I was not even in class last week. So I had to teach myself things that he taught us last week too, and the chapter 2 module by myself, and try to figure everything out just because he said there was a quiz today. But anyways, we're home now, and I just took a shower, and I'm about to make myself some nice little tea to go to sleep. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.